Hello, 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 and welcome to the new Team Freedom Reigns Zoom call weekly. It is the Tuesday tip now on Tuesday, so I know this is the first one, so we're kind of expecting it to take a while, maybe for the word to get out. But welcome if you're here. We are really excited. And one of the things, if you watched last week's recording or the week before recording, you'll see why we changed it from Sunday to Tuesday because it's really, really important to maintain as good as you can work-life balance. And for us, Sundays are our family and worship day, and it became very cumbersome to actually do a call and prepare for a call on a day that we're supposed to be not working and
Yeah.
spending time with our family and our Lord. And so we decided to change it to Tuesday. So here we are. Welcome to the Tuesday Tip, the
Welcome,
weekly Zoom call from
everybody.
Team Freedom Reigns, where we are focusing on activating your business in 2025. And we're also going live on Facebook and Zoom at the same time.
Yeah, so save this Zoom ID and the passcode because it will be the same for the whole
Every
year
dang
and
week.
next year and the year after that because we will be here for you for these calls clear into the future. So keep the password and the Zoom ID handy, save it into your calendar, and go capture the link too to the call. It makes it easy to hop on here with us on Zoom. And of course, we always put
What
it
do we
in through,
always?
we always let it go into the team Facebook page too. So you can always find it in there as well. We also record it so that we can upload it to the Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel where you can go and subscribe, ring the bell, get notifications every time we upload these calls, as well as opportunity presentations and different trainings that are happening, or even the really cool videos that Dondi's been doing, being the doctor that answers your questions. Those are all found on the Team Freedom Reigns YouTube channel. Please go subscribe so that you have access to that amazing resource. So let's get going into the call tonight. We're going to continue with doing announcements first and the week at a glance. You want to go over
So
these?
yeah, on Wednesdays, the Why Life Vantage overview. Pay attention to that. Invite your prospects, invite your team, invite your leaders, because there's always going to be somebody that is worthwhile seeing. And this week, it's going to be Amber White, the EC1, an amazing presenter. You're going to find out all about Why Life Vantage in the overview. So bring your people that are business minded, bring your people that are product focused, bring your people that just want to have a higher caliber of life on the product side and life experience and on the financial side. Invite that. That's every Wednesday. Details right there. There's the Zoom ID. The password is LV. It's every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And on Mondays, make sure to check your emails because it's when all the fun announcements come out. It's where we get all the information to do this because it's on Tuesdays because the email came out yesterday and all the information we're going to be sharing. The first part of this is from that. So take a look for that. Keep an eye out for that. And on Tuesdays, Momentum Live at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. Check your email for details.
All right, guys. So it is the last week of the month again. Already, can
Going
you
by
believe
so
it? We are
fast.
already almost done with 2 months of this year. So you want to make sure that you're finishing strong and you are giving yourself and your team the best ability to capture the volume that you want, as well as potential rank advancements and seller title increases and all of those different things. So these are some of the things that you can be doing to make sure that you and your team are aware of maybe where subscriptions have been unsuccessful. So there is reports in your back office. One of them is specifically for unsuccessful subscriptions. You can go in and see who you personally have sponsored, whose subscription maybe did not run for one reason or another. Credit cards are fickle, especially this time of year. So you want to make sure that they know because we want them to be able to get those activation products that they love so much and may not be aware that their order didn't go through. So the unsuccessful subscription report will help you with that. And then, of course, if you are a leader, which means if you have enrolled anyone that is a consultant on your team, you are a
You're a leader.
leader. So you want to make sure that you are checking the seller level striking distance report in the back office as well. What this report tells you is who's close to Onyx, who's close to Emerald, who's close to Sapphire, and who's close to Diamond.
Diamond.
Now, the thing is there's been people that have been like 7 points away from becoming a Sapphire seller and didn't realize it. And they would have missed out on it if they had not been made aware by somebody that's part of their upline support team.
And
So
that would
make
have just
sure,
sucked.
yeah, big time suck. Make sure that you're going through these reports to be able to help. And then, of course, next rank advancers report will help you see who's within a striking distance of the next rank. We don't want to leave anybody feeling regret for not having reached a rank in a month that they are so close to it. If you can let them know, hey, you're only 150 in sales volume away from this, or you're only 300 in sales volume outside your strongest leg, for this rank, you will make someone feel so good that they hit that rank, but they will also look at you and be so appreciative, and you'll be increasing your leadership skills. So please make sure that you're using these back office reports to close the month strong. Okay, the one-time Mind Body Core and Enhance refills are still available. They will be available through the end of March, for sure through March 31st. You cannot put them on subscription. You can only purchase them as a one-time order. So you have to be logged into your account to be able to find these one-time, and this means purchasing like Core by itself, or purchasing Enhance by itself. So if you wanted to go in and like stock up on some extra bottles of Core because your Enhance lasts you so long, now's the time to do it. Don't wait too long, because they will potentially be ending this at the end of March. Make sure that your team knows about this and your customers know too.
Yeah, and I just have a feeling, because one of the things about life is that the more we embrace common sense, the better off we are. And I think the corporate is doing this, and I have no way of, this is just my suspicion. We'll make something like this available if it's widely embraced and people are doing that, because the last thing we want to do is run out of one product and have an abundance left over of the other. And then what do you do with it? They should ideally run out at the same time, especially when they're in 30-day supply. So this, I think, is a litmus test, or a canary in the coal mine test, if you will, from corporate to see how well this is going to work. And I think it will. And I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, you guys do the same thing, that it will remain a policy and stay that way. We're hoping. That would be so much easier.
Yes. And then continuing on the Mind Body updates, those of you that are part of the Activate and Thrive in 2025, you are probably at or have just passed your 8-week mark. Let's make sure that you're getting those updates in, your new pictures, your new measurements. Get them in utilizing the link that is in the featured posts on the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page.
Yes, yes, yes.
And by the way, we would love for you to be sharing your updates in the team page too. We know that you're sharing them in the Activated Weight Loss Facebook page. It would be fun to see your updates in the team page too. So congratulations on the work that you are doing. Account cleanup. This is coming March 1st. This is when they are going to be actively opening up the rest of the markets to evolve, which is a really big deal for these evolved markets, right? And it could even impact your check if you have somebody that's in those markets that's now moving to the new compensation plan, because that means that, different things are, it just pays different, right? You'll be able to make different incomes. So this account cleanup is going to be March 1st. And what that means is that there's going to be accounts that are going to be removed from your back office. So consultant accounts that will be being removed are accounts that have not been commissionable, have not had an order, a subscription order, or a commission check, or any enrollments in the past 12 months. So if you have anybody in your organization that fits those requirements, reach out to them and let them know that, hey, you're going to be losing your account. And if you're at all interested in learning more about what's going on with the mind body system, about what's coming in the future, all that kind of stuff, we need to make sure we get you an order placed this week so that you don't lose your account and have to start all over. That would be horrible. And then, of course, customer accounts that have had no subscription order in the past 3 years will also be cleaned out of your back office, which will make it easier to see everything and everyone that is active. But make sure that you go and know who those people are so that you can reach out to them and share what opportunity there is with the products for them to use now. Now, something else that goes along with this account cleanup and the evolve increase into the other markets is that the back office, the app, all of that kind of stuff is going to be down March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Potentially it'll be back up on the 2nd, but they always under promise and over deliver. So be expectant that you will not be able to do enrollments. You will not be able to get into your back office and do anything within the system the first 3 days of March. So be aware of that. Share that with your teams. Make sure everybody knows. It was in the Monday Momentum call or email that went out on Monday. So make sure that everybody knows about that.
Love it. And one of the things about this account cleanup, let me share with you what it's not. It is not a way to make people upset. It is not a way to put fear into people. What it is literally just to clean up the accounts that are basically inactive and not doing anything, and as a result, holding up space. Because what does that do? It incorrectly reports our numbers. So if we have customers that haven't placed an order in 3 years, they're not really a customer. but because they're still an active account, it counts as percentage of customers that are in the company versus customers that enroll. If there's a consultant who hasn't had a commissionable order or hasn't placed an order for 12 months, they're not really a consultant. And so they're taking up space, which is looking at how many consultants, what is the percentage, what is retention levels, and all those things. It's just skewing the numbers for the wrong reasons. And this is one going to make accounting much better and in our favor. And it's literally going to get people out of the system that have been out of the system by their own hand long ago. They just haven't actually called and resigned their position.
Yeah.
This is just doing it for them. So this is not a corporate strong arm move to get you to do something. It's literally because the people that haven't ordered in 12 months that are consultants and done anything, or the people that are customers and they haven't ordered in 3 years, they're not like they're waiting for they've already exited. They're probably doing something else. This is just a way for proper recording so that our statistics that our company represents as a publicly traded company, which is incredibly important, are going to be as accurate as possible. Speaking of recording and reporting as accurately as possible, this right here, I will tell you, my friends, is one of the aces in your sleeve that you should utilize liberally. Because when people in other companies make income claims, it may be true, it may not be true, it may be inflated or embellished, it may be just giving numbers just to impress somebody. This right here is the real deal. And so this, as a publicly traded company, is a document put out by the company at per rank, what you can expect to make on average, what the medium at that rank makes, what the lowest person at that rank makes, and what the highest person at that rank makes. So someone who's a prospect, who's looking at your company or looking at LifeVantage, looking at being a part of your team, is not going to base their opinion on someone else's hypothetical or inflated check number. It is legit. This is a corporate document. This is a matter of public record. And this right here is the law. If we violate this or we inflate these numbers, we are committing a fraud. And we certainly don't want to do that as a publicly traded company. So please utilize this document. And if they ask what level you are or whatever, however you choose to say that, and if you look all the way to the right, average number of months to achieve that rank, if that number is exactly what you've expected, if that number is not what you've expected, if you've been here longer than the average, it doesn't matter. Utilize this document as a way to, one, reinforce why you're here, but also use it as a tool to help you answer the questions of your prospects. Because I'll tell you, when used properly, this document right here is absolutely golden and will really, really help solidify some of the people involved that are part of your prospect list. And it just is incredibly powerful information when used properly. So use it.
You know, one of the things I love looking at this too is it shows where the most of the money is going to, and it's at the middle ranks. It's there at those ranks, you know, senior consultant 3 through EC1, where the majority of the money is being paid out. So this is not a compensation plan that pays out most of the money to the very top levels. This compensation plan pays out to those levels where people are actively open for business. They have DMOs that we're going to be talking about today, and they're working their businesses, but these are not people that have, you know, been here forever or have reached the top ranks of the company. So I love that as well, how it shows that our compensation plan pays out at the middle ranks more than anywhere else. So I love that. That's a great thing to point out to people when you're sharing this too.
Yeah, so check your Monday Momentum email from yesterday to get your own link to this. If you do not, and if you are not getting emails from corporate, make sure you go into your back office, select the settings for your email to accept emails from corporate and to accept emails from your upline. So if we talk about the Monday Momentum email and you're not getting it, that's probably why. Or check your spam or check your garbage folder. But that's where you can get it. You can probably get it in the hub too.
Yeah, and after you try and you haven't been able to figure out how to get the emails, you can call consultant support and they'll help you. But I suggest that you try figuring it out for yourself first in your back office.
Yes.
All right.
And of course, we have Global Convention, our most important every 18-month event that literally solidifies who we are as a company and why you picked this company, or should reinforce why you picked this company. So I would just tell you this, make the Global Convention non-negotiable. Now, we have way more consultants in our company that are going to be in Salt Lake City for this time between the 24th and the 26th of April. That's just the expectation because not everybody who becomes a consultant treats it like a business. That's why this call every Tuesday, the Tuesday tip, is to activate your business. And when you treat a business like a business, it grows like a business. When you treat your business like a hobby, you have to pay to play. And when you go to a convention, and I would make it again non-negotiable, you will thank me afterward because I've never met anybody who went that regretted going and taking the time and spending the money and setting that calendar aside, claiming that date, saying yes and figuring it out because it helps them understand what they currently don't understand or previously didn't understand. This right here is a non-negotiable, or it should be. And you'll see the difference in the people that are at the top ranks of this company. Ask them, ask the presidentials, ask the EC ones, twos, threes, and fours. How many events have you ever missed? They're probably going to tell you, I don't miss events. Yeah. And that's why they are where they are. So if you want what people have, do what people do. And the most successful people in all network marketing companies never, ever, ever miss their global convention. And this is ours coming up on the 24th through the 26th of April at the Salt Palace Convention Center in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yeah, it's worth making sacrifices for. I mean, it's like we were planning on flying like we normally do. We had our hotel room in the company block, all of that kind of stuff. Yet we had the opportunity to bring a new consultant with us. And so in order for her to be able to afford it, we decided to drive, and we're bringing her with us. And then we decided to get a Airbnb that's, just a little bit further away to be able to have space for her to stay with us, right? So make some sacrifices in your business to be able to be there and to be able to help your team be there, because you will not regret it. Absolutely. You will not regret it. Okay. All right, Drive Era tracks. We talk about this every week. You guys know what tracks are and how to earn them. You can earn them by enrolling new customers and consultants, retaining your personally sponsored customer and consultant subscription volume, and increasing it by 500 in sales volume, and advancing, meaning you're helping yourself rank advance, or personally sponsoring, or helping somebody you personally sponsored rank advance. So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time here tonight.
You can read about
you guys. Yeah. So in the hub, Drive Era the incentive, it has all the details there. Just keep in mind that this month, February, you are getting double the tracks for enroll tracks. So go fast for this last week, work for some tracks, and get double the tracks for the month of February. And along with that, to help you in getting those double tracks, the company's been giving you free shareable discount codes for 10% off consultants who join your business with a pack. So take advantage of those. You can find those in your back office in the drop down when you're logged in, as well as the drop down in your app. If you go to the hamburger up at the top left, and it'll drop down and you'll see discount codes there, and it'll show you what's available. All right, so here we are to the call. So we want to help you with the Tuesday tip call, have the tips and the skills that you need to be able to really blow your business out of the water in 2025. And so really, to be able to build a business, you have to be open for business. And being open for business means you have to know what you're doing on a daily basis to make progress and to move towards the goals that you set at the first of the year. So we're going to be sharing with you a network marketer's daily method of operation for success, utilizing and focusing on consistency as the key, because it's what you do consistently that matters. It's not what you do that's really awesome one time and then you don't do anything for a while. It's what you do consistently, even if it's in subpar. If you do something that is a business building activity, even if you're not very good at it, but you do it consistently, you will build a business faster than somebody that's really awesome that only does it once a month. Okay, so let's talk about why a daily method of operation is important. So this is the reason why your DMO is important and having consistency with it. We're going to be going over these 6 different areas quickly. First, it builds trust and credibility. It increases your personal brand recognition. It helps with your customer loyalty. It motivates your team. It improves sales and performance. as well as demonstrating professionalism in your business because you are a business owner and all of these things are important. So let's break each one of these down. You want to go first?
Yes. So building trust and credibility. And this is going through the whole know, like, and trust factor. And what that is somebody sees you for the first time, you're new on their radar, they don't even know who you are. But it's like, oh, that might be interesting. That post may be compelling. That picture drew my eye. Then they don't do much. They see you the next time. It's like, okay, I'm familiar. I saw that person's last post. And then they may even like what you say. So they know you, now they like you. And then the more they see of your content, if it's consistent, that's the thing that Marcy mentioned that is literally the most important variable in all of this is consistency. Because people are consistent. It's not the first time you see the billboard or see the TV ad or the commercial. It's like the 10th, 11th, or 50th time that actually creates the sale. And so it's the know, like, trust. So the whole trust and credibility is when you consistently follow with a follow-up with your leads, you provide accurate information and deliver on your promises. People are more likely to believe in your business, more specifically, and you, and join your team. So take the time to build trust and credibility. And we see where it says there, providing accurate information. Yeah. Marcy and I talk all the time. The truth is good enough. We don't have to embellish statistics. We don't have to say that we lost 50 pounds when we only lost 20 pounds. What the truth is enough. When you embellish, you may have your own disbelief system, but honor the truth because the truth is good enough. Stick with it all the time. That's how you're going to build the know, like, trust. And from that trust comes credibility. And from the credibility brings new customers and consultants to your team.
All right. It also increases your brand recognition. So Dondi was just talking about that know, like, trust factor, right? Well, it has to start out with people learning who you are. So who are you, right? So you've got to make sure that you're showing up authentically on a consistent basis for people to be able to move through that know, like, trust factor before they'll decide whether they want to partner with you or buy products from you. So consistent messaging and branding across all platforms helps potential customers easily identify and remember your business. Now, the reason why I wanted to really emphasize this across all platforms is that you can't show up one way on one platform and completely different on a different platform when you have the same followers or similar followers, because it will create confusion, right? So you want to make sure that you are showing up authentically you everywhere you're showing up, because you need to be recognized for being that professional business person that is an authority on the things that you're sharing. And we're going to talk a little bit about that here in a second too. But you need to be able to do this on a consistent basis so that people can start remembering, because it takes a while for that know, like, trust factor to really kick in. And so you want to make sure that you can actually cut it back some by making sure that your messaging is consistent in how you're showing up so that they can recognize you wherever you're putting something out.
Absolutely. And your customer loyalty. So that's one of the most important things is customer loyalty, because people have customer loyalty in almost every product they buy. And so how do you know? Go into someone's house and look at the empty containers. I'm sure that the empty container is the same as the new container they replaced it with, whether it's laundry detergent or deodorant or fabric softener, whatever the case may be. People have brand loyalty. Customers are notorious. People love to be loyal to a certain kind of brand. Why not allow your brand to be that same way? So when you have a consistent experience for your customers, you're constantly showing things, you're giving them the ability to have, one, loyalty to you, loyalty to your products, and it encourages them to return and keep returning, because it's like, I like that person. I tried the shampoo and conditioner and I'm like, oh my God, it was awesome. Well, now, oh my gosh, they've got collagen too. I like the person, I like the product. I'll buy the collagen there, even though they're buying other collagen, because sometimes they will, and this is the interesting thing about loyalty. Sometimes when someone is loyal, let's say a dry cleaner, for example, they had a great experience. They will drive twice as far to be loyal to a dry cleaner than a brand new one that pops up right around the corner, because they have that loyalty. The other one is uncertain. The other one's got a proven track record. It's a history. It's the consistency. And they will recommend your products and services to other people because of that customer loyalty. I cannot stress to you how important this is.
Yeah, so make sure you're being consistent so that you can build that relationship and you can ask for those referrals. Because even if a customer doesn't want to become a consultant, they can still help you increase your volume with more people.
Exactly. That's how it's supposed to work.
Yes. Plus, it helps to motivate your team, right? You know the speed of the leader, speed of the pack, right? That sort of thing. We've heard that over and over and over again. So when team members see consistent effort from their leaders, they are more likely to stay motivated and actively recruit new members. So make sure that you are out there doing the things that you're supposed to be doing and sharing it with your team, showing them what you're doing, encouraging them to join you in doing what you're doing. And then you can all go forward together as a pack and have a great time. Now, what is the saying about the test of a true leader is that they're far enough ahead to be an inspiration, but they're close enough to be.
You would have to put me on the spot.
I know, I'm
So,
sorry. I'm trying
Blue
to.
says it all the time. So they're far enough ahead
Anybody
to
have the
create
word?
inspiration, but they're
Relatable, close enough to be relatable.
yeah.
Right? So just keep that in mind that as you're doing these things, whether you're really confident in what you're doing, because we're going to talk about some of these DMOs and things that you can be doing, whether you're confident in doing it or not, you still need to do it because you're going to give everybody else permission to do things they're not 100% confident in too. And that's where personal growth happens. And that's where business growth comes.
Absolutely. And your sales performance. So consistent outreach and engagement with your potential customers and consultants will drastically increase your likelihood of converting those leads into sales, which is what? Follow-up. Mark Shinsato said for the first time 16 years ago when I heard it, the fortune is in the follow-up. And most people, 87% of people don't follow up one time. And most of the time it's after the fifth follow-up where you get your customer, you get your new consultant, you get that product order, whatever it is, but the follow-up is so critically important.
All right, so this also helps you demonstrate professionalism. People want to do business with professional people. I mean, we can still be friendly, we can still be fun because that's a big part of it, right? But they want to see someone that's professional because people trust people that appear professional. I mean, why do you trust a doctor that has a lab coat and a stethoscope around their neck? It's because they appear to be professional, right? And we're hoping they are. But maintaining a consistent approach to communication and business practices portrays a professional image to potential customers and partners. And so you want to make sure that you're being consistent in your brand and how you're showing up, whether it's in person or it's online, in a positive, uplifting, personal way where you're also educating and showing yourself to be the expert in what you do. So whether it's health and wellness, whether it's activation, whether it's lifestyle things, those sorts of things mixed in with some personal life, but even the personal life needs to enhance your brand, not take away from it.
Right. So important.
And sometimes that's really, really, really hard because you might get really emotionally charged around something, whether it's political, whether it's religious, whatever it is. You got to make sure that you're showing up in a way that is professional so that people will still be drawn to you no matter what your personal views are. So, yeah.
The credibility.
Yep.
And the most important thing is the momentum. The consistency creates the momentum. So it keeps you on track, knowing what to do because it's consistent results, motivating you, getting results, which helps you build momentum in your business. And guess what? That's contagious. And when all the leaders of a company are moving in the same direction, then the company goes into momentum. And I don't know if you can feel it or not, but I think we're right on the cusp of that right now at the absolute perfect time to be the industry leader in activation. We are the only activation company, and I think we always will be, but the first. We're not right now. We are the activation company, and soon we'll be the first because there will be others. And when that happens and the world catches on to this activation story, it's like game on, people. And I think we're really, really close to that.
Yeah. So with this, where it says it keeps you on track, knowing what to do. Have you ever felt lost and just not quite sure what to do next? Well, that's what a daily method of operation helps you with. It helps you know what you should put into your calendar when, and what to do next, right? So with that, we do have a daily method of operation sheet for the team. So this has your actions that you need to take on a daily basis. It has boxes in there that you can mark it off so you can track yourself and hold yourself accountable, right? And these actions, some of them might be like, well, duh, like take the products. Well, it's really important to be an example and be a product of the product so that you can speak from experience on what these products do for you, what they taste like, what it feels like, what you've experienced, all those kinds of stuff, because your personal story is power and it is money, because your story will sell products to people more than a stranger's story will. You can still use strangers' stories to help share the impact these products make, but when they see you behind that story, it's that much more connective. So of course you need to be a product of the product. And then networking, this is meeting new people, whether it's in person or on social media, adding new people to your database on a daily basis. Then the invite, we're looking at the invite as being ITT. So you want to make sure that you're inviting people to take a look at some information, sharing information that is in the form of a tool, so a video, a document, before and after photos, those types of things, maybe even a presentation, and then inviting them to the team. The team aspect could also be a group meeting to where they get to talk to people. How about a three-way messenger group to where they can ask questions and somebody that is the advisor can answer the questions, and that advisor only needs to be somebody that's not you. And then also, of course, three-way phone calls and three-way Zooms and all the different way. And along with the ITT, we have to make sure that we're following up with those people that we've put through the ITT system for a long enough period of time until we get to the point to where they're at high noon or they're ready. It's their time to say yes to either buying products from you or joining you in business. And then of course the plugging in is like, oh, to these calls on Tuesday night, or to the Momentum Live on Tuesdays, or to the opportunity presentations that are available for you to invite people to, or showing up to convention. You need to make sure that you are plugging into all of the events that will help you grow and be able to build your business. So when we're looking at this, you want to make sure that you set your routine that will work with your schedule. And that means getting it written down in your calendar so that you can stick to it as well. Okay. Block out the time. This is LifeVantage time, and this is what I'm going to do in this time, right? And then you want to maintain that consistent communication, and that meaning you inviting people and following up with them. You don't leave somebody hanging. So you want to make sure that you're consistent and you follow it through all the way to the end. You want to make sure that you're sharing your positive testimonials. When you see something that somebody shares, I mean, obviously make sure that it is a valid testimonial, but then, share it, but utilize it in your own words and how you're sharing it. And then of course, when you're experiencing things yourself that is changing your life and your wellness, make sure that you're sharing that information. Stay informed about the product. Part of the way that you can do that is plugging into those Tuesday Momentum Lives, to the podcasts that the company puts out, to the trainings Dawn D does a lot of them. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, as well as like Wednesday Wellness, all the different things that are available. But we just caution you, don't be in learning mode so much that you're not doing activities that build your business, money making activities, right? And then always show up authentic and genuine. Do you want to talk to them about the different speeds at which they can build their business?
Go for it since it's in your mind.
Okay, fine. So down here on the daily method of operation, down at the bottom, it shows 1 to 2 times a day for average success, 3 to 4 times a day above average success, 5 or more a day world-class success. So what that means is, if you want to build an average business, which is awesome, we've got some great money for average business builders, right? This is going to take you doing ITT 1 to 2 times a day and following up with people, okay? 1 to 2 times ITT or 1 to 2 people going through the ITT system. If you want to have an above average success in your business, that's 3 to 4 people that you're putting through the ITT system every single day, or at least starting them into the system every single day, because obviously we can't always get through all of the steps of ITT in one day. So this means that you're starting and working with at least 3 to 4 people inside of the ITT system every single day. And then for world-class success, it's 5 or more people that you're putting into the ITT system every single day. And then, of course, working with people that you put in there previously and making sure that you're following up consistently and doing all of the do so that you have the success that you desire. So you can choose if you want to walk in your business with 1 to 2 a day, or maybe for you right now, it's only one person that you're starting in ITT a day. You make this decision for yourself because you know your life, but I don't want you to hold back. I want you to press in and do something that might be a little bit uncomfortable for you. But you need to make a decision on what your focus is going to be and how many people you want to put through ITT or start in ITT every single day. But we'll be putting this tracker up on the Facebook page, the Freedom Reigns Facebook page, so that you can download it, print it out, and be able to hold yourself accountable and just do a new one each week so that you can see your success or see the action that you're taking. Now, keep in mind, it's the actions for a long enough period of time that will get you the results you want. Do not base your success off of instant results. Base your success off of what happens over a good enough period of time.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you want to
yeah, leave it on there. So one of the things, and as Marcy was saying, the difference of the speed of your business or the success of your business or the level of your business is really all about what you're doing on a daily basis. So you may have, what does that look like? So 5 or more, maybe you have 5 or more reach outs, you're networking with people, you have 5 or more invites, the I's, right? 5 or more I's. But maybe in your follow-up, you got to 3 T's. You sent people that had questions, 3 tools. And then you had one person that you got on a 3-way call or a Zoom with a team member. That's an incredibly, incredibly successful day.
Yeah.
And that will build you a world-class business if that kind of thing happens all the time. So like Marcy said, it doesn't have to be 5 I's, 5 T's, and 5 T's. It could be just as long as you're networking 5 invitations a day. Do you realize that's 150 invitations a month?
Mm-hmm.
That is a world-class business in the making. And in this whole DMO situation, I was telling Marcy before we started the call tonight, I thought this was an absolutely perfect topic to demonstrate the consistency, or in some cases, the dichotomy of different approaches, because Marcy and I are a team. We are Team Freedom Reigns collectively, but if you guys have followed Team Freedom Reigns for the last couple of years, you see we have a very different DMO. Marcy has a very consistent DMO in what she does, in the postings in Team Freedom Reigns, and all the things that she does in correspondence with you guys. That's been Marcy's sweet spot. And I'm going to be completely vulnerable with you guys because it's been a struggle for me. Because once you get to a certain level of success in this business, and we were calculating that we've had a 5-figure check for over 175 consecutive months. And that's the potential of the success. If you're going back and looking at the income disclosure statement, that's the income potential when you do your DMO correctly. And so I got to a place where I'm looking at this, I kind of what I would say lost the fire. And so most of you probably already know by this point, I went back into part-time practice for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to get that fire back because where I am, I believe at my best is motivating, educating, empowering, and equipping people with information. And the more people, the better. When I was in practice, I was doing a weekly workshop with about 15 to 20 strangers from the community. Some were my patients. Many were coming in from the community who didn't know me, didn't know what chiropractic was all about, but they heard through the grapevine that they needed to go. So it's about an average of 15 to 20 every single week. Perfect strangers, which is what built my practice. But it was constantly empowering and educating them, and I fed off of that. It was something I would never miss it. Even if I had a sore throat and I had to put a cough drop in my mouth to get through it, I'm getting through it. I haven't had that level of fire in quite some time. And so the MB product coming out was the perfect opportunity for me to get back into conversations with chiropractors because the mind body system, I mean, when 74% of the US population, adult population, is overweight, many of those people that carry that extra weight around also go to a chiropractor because they got some extra weight on it, causing some pain and some challenges. So it was a perfect opportunity to get back into talking on a pretty regular basis to people about their health. And the office that I'm working in, every Wednesday, I'm doing a health class in the office, teaching people, empowering people, and literally every single patient of the probably 50 to 60 patients a day that I'm seeing, I'm educating them, I'm empowering them. And almost every one of them says, wow, I've never heard that before. And so I'm getting the spark back, I'm getting the fire back, I'm getting the motivation that is really pulling out the best in me. So you're going to start seeing a difference in my DMO because it's been somewhat, I would even say maybe even in hibernation for a while. And not because I don't love LifeVantage, not because I don't love working with you, not because I don't love working with Marcy, just trying to find my stride again. And I thought when she mentioned this, and I was like, what a perfect topic on what to do that bears fruit. And ideally, using my example, what necessarily not to do, but how to get back into it. Because if you're doing it and it's not passionate for you and it's not something that's pushing you, maybe try something else because and I'm not going to try something else because we're committed to this and I do a lot of support. It just wasn't on a consistent daily basis. And I started realizing, and there's been some things you've heard me say before and in fact, we just shared this story in Australia with a person I met on LinkedIn who point blank asked me the first day that I met him on a Zoom call, he said, people are dying because you're playing too small. I mean, how about a right between the eyes introduction to somebody? And he says, people are dying. He goes, I know what your business is. I know what your company is. I know what your products are. And I know I've seen some of your stuff. I've watched some of your videos. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know who you are. And because I don't know who you are, people are dying because you're playing too small. Because I know your industry. I know a lot of the top leaders in your industry, and I don't know you. And that's a problem. That's your problem. And he said, people are dying because you're playing too small. And I get emotional thinking about that because that was a slap upside the head reality check. And I was like, you know what? I'm better than that. But I don't have that fire. And the fire's back. And wanting to educate people, wanting to empower people, wanting to put out resources for people to help them be better network marketers. That's my sweet spot. That's my wheelhouse. And I haven't really been operating in that for a while. So this topic right here was probably even more for me than it was for any of you. And so again, vulnerability and transparency in leaders is incredibly important, but it's also to that what Marcy said, they're far enough ahead to generate inspiration, but close enough to create relevance. And I want to be able to ideally step into that with all of you and benefit all of you. So thank you, one, for your patience, and Marcy, thank you for all the effort you put into Team Freedom Reigns because it's incredible. And just keep an eye out for what's coming. We've got some great things in store.
We've got some fun things coming, by the way.
Yeah, some fun things coming as a team, and there's going to be a lot more activity from me.
Yeah, and I love to hear that. Okay, awesome. So high fives on that. So when you look at this daily method of operation sheet, we're going to upload it into the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page. I want you to download it ASAP. I want you to get into action like immediately and start practicing these things. And every time that you add a new person into your database, put a mark under that by that network thing. Every time you invite somebody, put a mark. Every time you follow up, put a mark and see how many you can have by the end of the week. And do any of you like playing bingo by chance? Any bingo lovers? Let us know in the comments if you like to play bingo. I always loved bingo. I know many people think it's an old person game. Well, I am not.
I guess it can be.
I am not old, but from the time I was a young girl, I loved bingo. But we are so excited because March is coming. And what is March known for? What is March known for? Okay, nobody's saying they love bingo. We hope that you like bingo, but yes, March Madness, right? March Madness. And so we want to make sure that we have some fun moving forward, utilizing the DMO and being able to put into action all of those things that will be part of your DMO and what they will lead to. So we're going to have March Madness bingo in the month of March, okay? So you guys know what bingo is. You get 5 across, you get 5 in diagonal, 5 up and down, and you've got bingo, right? So look at what the things are on this card And by the way, details are going to be coming Friday. We're going to be going over this in detail in a video and posting it on the Team Freedom Reigns page so that we can start March 1st. And there's going to be some amazing, amazing things that you can participate in by getting bingo throughout the month, by getting multiple bingos, and by even doing a blackout card, which means you get every single one of these squares done. And so just to go through what you can do to block out a card or to block out a square, one is recognize a team member for an achievement. That doesn't have to necessarily be somebody that's part of your downline team. It can be a crossline team member. It can be an upline team member. Whatever it is, recognize a team member for an achievement. Register for global convention. If you're already registered, guess what? You can already mark this spot out. One is go live and share your story on social media. Upgrade a customer to consultant on a pack. Cumulative new customer increase of 600 in customer sales volume. You're probably like, oh my gosh, Dondi, Marcy, 600? That's a lot. Well, if you look down on the second row from the bottom, second from the right, it says cumulative new customer 150 in sales volume. So on this card, there's actually a spot for you to be able to block off every 150 in customer sales volume that you get in the month of March. So once you hit that 600 in customer sales volume, you've marked off 4 of the squares because there's one for 150, 300, 450, and 600 in customer sales volume. Then enrolling a consultant with a pack. There's the cumulative new customer with 300 in customer sales volume. Host a meeting. So the actual card, the full bingo card, will have an explanation of what a meeting is, okay? So it'll give you instructions on exactly what that meeting is, what it can be. Get a customer to post a review on social media and tag you. This is a great way for you to get more eyes on your products, and then you can follow up with the people that make comments down in their comments, right? Invite 3 people to the customer page, whether it's the Your Body Activated Facebook page or the Activated Weight Loss Facebook page. Sample collagen 3 times and follow up. Enroll a consultant with a pack. See how we've got multiples there, right? So building your business takes consultants. You can increase in your business with customers, but you will multiply your business with consultants.
Yes.
Follow up with 3 leads. Host a meeting again, because it's in the sharing of the opportunity that you are going to build your business with customers and with consultants. Send personal thank you cards to customers with samples. Dondi and I are in the process of doing this right now. So on the video that we'll be sharing on Friday, we'll show you what we're doing and how we're doing it, exactly what it says, all of that kind of stuff. And then there's another square that says host a meeting. And then another square that says earn a retain track. If you're doing all of these things, you will be growing your business and you'll be earning those tracks. Then again, we've got that new customer of 150 in sales volume, enroll a consultant with a pack, go live and share LifeVantage on a social platform, or you could even talk to somebody in person and share LifeVantage. But I would highly recommend it that you go live on social media because the reach there is greater. Okay, then earn and enroll track. Look at that. If you have cumulative new customer enrollments of 600 in sales volume, you get one of those consultants. The upgrades with 150, you've got the 750 for that enroll track to be able to mark off that square. And then the cumulative new customer 450 in sales volume, a 3-way call, and that can be 3-way call, 3-way messenger, 3-way Zoom. And then earn an advanced track, meaning you help someone that you personally sponsored advance or you rank advanced yourself. So be looking for Friday for the video to go up in the Team Freedom Reigns Facebook page with all of the details about the March Madness Bingo that's going to be starting on Saturday, as well as we will have all the prizes dialed in, which they're going to range from LV swag, earning entries into a raffle for $100 in LV products, how about group coaching by an EC3 or higher consultant at the end of the bingo month. And then potentially, if you get a blackout, having a one-on-one mentoring session for 30 minutes with a top leader. So guys, this could be really big for your business in March. We're super excited about it. I think it could be a lot of fun. So we're super excited and can't wait to do this with you. Anything you want to add about the bingo and what we can do with this?
So something I was thinking about as Marcy was going over these squares, if you look at the very bottom row, left corner, go live and share LV. I want to share something with you guys that just happened the other day. I was watching a live video on YouTube. And this girl, she was probably, I don't know, 20, 21 years old tops. And she was showing people how to put on makeup. And she was putting like dark lines on her face and then dark lines on her nose and then light lines. And I was like, what is she doing? She's like getting ready for some kind of a, painting her face up like a zebra or something. And then she got these sponges and brushes and she faded it all out. She was teaching people how to create depth and give yourself cheekbones if you don't have cheekbones. Take away a double chin if you have double chin with makeup. And I was like, I was kind of tuned in for a little bit, just wondering what she was doing. And then I looked at, and it was very distracting because watching her, but there was all the hearts going up on the margin and there was all these people that are commenting and they were literally scrolling up so fast. There was 11,000 people on live watching this probably 20-year-old girl put on makeup.
Holy
and I'm
moly.
like, are you freaking kidding me? What does her DMO look like that 11,000 people are tuning in live to watch her put on makeup? And what if we could just capture 10% of that? What if 110 people were on live watching you drink Axio or watching you put your scoops of MB Enhance into your shaker bottle and shake it and talk about the benefits of the mind-body activation and reprogramming the gut-brain axis? I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm thinking, well, putting on makeup doesn't appeal to me, though I was captivated by it because watching all the engagement and watching literally 11,000 people, I thought the potential for this, that we are just so not tapping into what is possible. So go live and share LV, go live and share a product usage, go use them in public, use them on a live, just use them because the more you do that, people are going to want what you want. And people were obviously wanting to have the face like this girl was talking about, hide those cheekbones or give yourself cheekbones if you don't have them, hide that double chin was kind of in the description. But 11,000 people were on live and it didn't fluctuate. I mean, it was like it was growing and then it was right about 11,000. So I don't know what her followers are and what percentage are watching, but I guarantee you it came from consistent DMO or whatever she was doing, because you don't go live with makeup and have 11,000 people your first time. That was a seasoned professional. And she was not engaging anybody, not even looking at the interactions, not even looking at the hearts that were going up the right margin and all the comments that were people making and what brush do you use? What is the color of that base? And I'm like, I don't even know what they're asking, but she wasn't answering a single question, but she was just doing it and 11,000 people were tuning in. So the reason I tell you that it's possible with DMO, that inspired me. So I'm like, if I can create some videos and teach people about these things and go on a consistent basis, maybe with some consistent daily effort, we might get to something like that, and you guys can benefit from stuff like that. So there you go. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Anything you want to close out?
Yeah, we're good. Get ready for March Madness. Details coming Friday. And thank you guys for hopped on here with us live. We do appreciate those of you that take the time to join us on Zoom. And we know it's hard. Hi, Dr. Pat. So good to see you. And then Marjorie's on here. And LM, I'm not sure who LM is, but welcome, welcome. So glad you're here with us. But appreciate you guys. Have a blessed week. And we will talk soon and see you on Friday with the details for bingo for March Madness.
Yeah. Bye, guys. Appreciate you all.